Hello, Internet! Welcome to the last game of NPA 9. Excuse me. Unfortunately, we already know the result of the week. The Seafoam Islanders have come second in NPA 9, which is still a massive achievement. Obviously, very, very proud of the team. Everyone on the team, we've done a brilliant job. Unfortunately, things just did not go our way in the final. A few bits of bad luck, a few questionable plays. But I guess that's what happens with Pokemon. This is the last game. Springs, who has been on record, our best player this season, has been phenomenal in NPA 9. He really has. So it's his last game. It's unfortunate that this game doesn't matter against Taran, another UK player actually. So the game doesn't matter. So I mean, there's not a whole lot of pressure on either player, I suppose. I mean, I'm going to guess that Taran's going to want, who's AuraRayquaza here, is going to want, to beat Spring so he can say that, oh, I beat the guy who was beating everyone else in NPA and everything. But yeah, I mean, for Springs, it doesn't really mean a whole lot this battle, unfortunately. But it should still be a good set. So they moved the set. It's not in the afternoon of Monday as it was going to be. It's actually in the middle of the night right now, so on Sunday night, Monday morning. So this is the last game of NPA 9. No more after this. So it would be nice to finish on a win. It'd be nice if Springs win this because then at least we can say if Joe didn't get the roll on the Togekiss in game 2, if he hit that muddy water in game 3, stuff like that. If he didn't get the critical hit on the U-turn, then Joe's game did have a fair amount of bad luck in it, unfortunately. But Ruben's game, he went for the Max Quake instead of the Max Rockfall on the Arcanine when there was a few of us in the call. In fact, I'll open the call in case anyone wants to join in here. Although I think everyone's probably in bed by now. Okay, so. We'd sort of identified the sugar berry and he rockfalled into it. But it doesn't matter. I mean, I guess we can live and learn. This Excadrill from Springs' side is not max speed. Has got some amount of bulk in it. Doubles into Protect, which is not not the best moves. And Taran gets a Trick Room up. Okay, and now Primarina gets to make the most out of his Dynamax turns. Ooh, that's possibly going to be big, although he doesn't target the Excadrill here, which is interesting. Okay. So I'm pretty sure we did see that was a Psychic Seed Excadrill, didn't we? I'll just scroll back. Yeah. So that's how it was at +2 special defense. So, back to +1 now. No Haze this turn. And a Max Guard from the Primarina, which is interesting. Because I don't think that Psychic would have knocked it out, but I mean, I guess he was expecting the Follow Me and attack from the Excadrill, so okay, it makes more sense. Bear in mind, it is very late where I am now, so I'm quite tired, and sorry if my talking is not as concise as it might normally be. But 2 more turns of Trick Room left. Ferrothorn, I don't know what set this is, if it's Iron Defense or Assault Vest. Or something in between, who knows. But either way, even if it is just Body Press, it's still going to be threatening. Knockout on the Indeedee, which has got the redirection so that Excadrill, maybe it is Assault Vested then, goes for the slightly inaccurate Power Whip there. Maybe for a potential Gastrodon switch in there, which does make sense. Kind of gives away the item on the Ferrothorn. I mean, I would be assuming maybe Assault Vest at this point. But, I mean, at this point, Gyro Ball. Target's right, a Rock Slide doesn't do a whole lot of damage. Taran is taking this first game. Heat Wave critical hits and still doesn't knock out the Ferrothorn. So, okay. And Gyro Ball does take out Togekiss, that's unfortunate. Because if the Togekiss had survived there, then maybe something could have happened. But we'll see if it's Arcanine. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we've seen we've seen. I mean, I've seen a team. Yeah, I know what the team it is now. Yeah, this is the team that Jono was using at some point in the past. Because I was using this to help prepare with Mastodon for his game against Jono. So yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the choice banded Arcanine. And yeah, I think, did we see a Life Orb on the Primarina? If so, then yeah, it is the team that I'm thinking of. But yeah, that was nicely played by Taran. Springs down the game. I guess it's nice to not have the the anxiety, the pressure, everything else that would come from a game that actually mattered. But still, I mean, I would have preferred them to play the game as opposed to not playing the game. You can't just sort of opt to not play any other week, can you? So yep, this is. I mean, if Taran wins this is the last individual game of NPA 9. But I do expect Springs to do something here. Unfortunately, didn't test again. I mean, hardly tested with Springs at all, since he just last minute changed the match to be now so that he could get it over with and whatnot. But yeah, in the few games that I tested with him, I didn't use it. So it's kind of frustrating that I'm the manager and I know the team, but I'm not sure Springs does right now. So yeah, I'm pretty sure this is a weakness policy Dragapult and choice banded Arcanine. So Wormwind goes into what was the Chandelure. Okay, it was going to be a double up into the Chandelure. And the Yawn on the Dynamax Dragapult is pretty big, actually. Tyranitar's taken a lot of damage, and isn't minor one. Okay, Taran's just sacrificing his Dynamax there, which is brilliant. Wild Charge, yeah, he's locked into that. I think Springs has identified that this is a choice banded Arcanine, and his Gastrodon has got Acid Armor, which if he gets another Acid Armor up, which he hasn't done, could have possibly taken a Power Whip. But now, Excadrill comes in a turn too late to prevent the Trick Room. I could see what Springs was going for there, the Muddy Water to get rid of the disguise, but Tyranitar wasn't going to be able to knock out the Mimikyu to prevent the Trick Room there. So Ferrothorn quite comfortable now in Trick Room. I think we can assume it is an Assault Vest for Ferrothorn, so it will have Power Up, it will have Body Press, and Gyro Ball and whatever the other attack is. Oh wow, Power Up just knocks out the Gastrodon straight away. Okay, yeah, this has gone absolutely terribly for Springs. I wonder which one he's Phantom Forcing then. I would imagine he was Phantom Forcing the Gastrodon. Maybe. Because, I mean, if he is, Chandelure's not going to appreciate this double. I mean, Excadrill, yeah, okay, so he's swapping just in case it was into that slot, which it was. So a sacrificial Tyranitar there, but yeah, there was no way, I don't think, maybe there was a way for him to knock out the Excadrill, because it is a slightly bulkier Excadrill, but Body Press and if the Phantom Force was into that slot, maybe would have knocked it out. But yeah, knowing that the Mimikyu was going to come down that turn, the Iron Head was a knockout, a free knockout there. So we're in an interesting position then, because we know that the Dragapult, well, we know that Springs, first and foremost, Springs has got his Dynamax. He probably will Dynamax his Chandelure right here. So he's still got his Dynamax, which is big. Ferrothorn is probably just going to go for a knockoff here into the Chandelure. The weakness policy is going to get activated, but another knockoff isn't going to knock out Chandelure. So, a nice sword stance from Excadrill there as well too. Especially now with another Max Phantasm, the Ferrothorn will be at -2 defense, and Excadrill maybe might want to try and protect this turn just to avoid. I that's a strange mechanic I've never even thought of before. Max Phantasm reduces the power of body press. So, yeah. Terran, I think, needed... Oh, critical hit, though. That's not good. But yeah, going for the double protect, he needs his high horsepower to knock out the Dragapult, which he does, thankfully. And Choice Banded Arcanine, well, yeah, I don't think it can lock itself into anything that can knock out both these Pokemon. Wild Charge will hit the Chandelure, Flare Blitz won't, Close Combat won't, Wild Charge won't affect the Extra. What is the last move on chose? Extreme Speed, isn't it? That's what it is. Yeah, okay, so nice that we've brought it to a game 3 then. Yeah, it would be nice for Springs to win this, since he has had such a phenomenal NPA 9 season. But yeah, we do know this is the last game of NPA 9. So yeah, I mean, I think I mentioned at the end of yesterday's video, this has been something a bit different for my channel. I hope you've enjoyed it. Kind of just experimenting, I guess. A little bit of a change from Basel Stadium and all of that lot. But yeah, and if you've been watching this and if you already knew the result of the NPA 9 final, then you're probably not watching this, I suppose. Or maybe just watching it for my reactions. In which case, hello, I'm reacting. But yeah, I mean, NPA 9 this year unfortunately wasn't like publicized as much as it maybe could have been. So I think there's probably quite a lot of people that didn't watch NPA 9. Ooh, okay. Rockslide misses the Mimikyu. Oh, that's a bad turn then. Yeah, obviously the double was coming into Chandelure when we saw the Shadow Sneak, but Spring's got nothing, absolutely nothing from that turn, but what, like 15% on this Primarina? Not even that, yeah. 10 to 12% on this Primarina. Yeah, the Rockslide missing the Mimikyu's disguise there is pretty significant now. Because Terran's basically got a guaranteed to turn to do something with his Mimikyu now, which isn't good. Yeah. So yeah, there might be a few of you out there that don't know what happened in these NPA 9 finals. Obviously, we know that we haven't won, unfortunately, but yeah, you might not know what the result of this game that's going on live right now. So yeah, I hope that it's been somewhat worthwhile me uploading these videos. Something a little bit different. So okay. That could have been a nice turn. I mean, it still was a nice turn. Yes. Okay, Storm Drain. Starfall does a bit too much to Gastrodon than I was hoping for. With the Acid Armor, it should survive an attack from Gastrodon, yeah, and gets its berry back. If it's got Recover, this Gastrodon is actually in well, it depends if the Ferrothorn comes out. Is there no Ferrothorn? Okay, Haze. Makes sense. Recover still makes sense. Phantom Force, yeah, Steel Spike. Springs is learning. Springs is getting wise to this Phantom Force. And now he's got pretty much guaranteed, unless it's like Ally Switch, Steel Spike into the Mimikyu next turn. So Muddy Water, yeah, maybe fishing for an accuracy drop or something on the Dusclops there. But yeah, Mimikyu goes. Oh, of course, the disguise isn't broken yet, is it? Yeah, whoops. Again, it's late. Ah, dear. Yeah, and that, I guess, comes to illustrate quite nicely how the Rockslide missing turn 1 was quite significant, because if it had, Terran would be down to just his Dusclops and whatever the last Pokemon is. And I'm kind of thinking that maybe it isn't the Ferrothorn, because I would have thought that Ferrothorn would have come in the turn Dusclops came in to take advantage of the Trick Room. There was a very squishy Gastrodon just sitting there waiting for a Power Whip. So maybe it's Dragapult in the back. Oh, it is Arcanine in the back. Okay. Muddy Water hits the Dusclops, at least. Okay, down to his last two. Again, it's a choice banded Arcanine here, though. So if he can Nine Head the Mimikyu here, yes, I think he might have the game. Or maybe not. How low is this Gastrodon? Yeah, you can only target one at a time. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that as long as the Muddy Water hits, and it does. Okay, this Muddy Water hits. So there you go. So Springs has ended the Seafoam Islanders NPA 9 with a win. So turns out the final score in the final was 3-4 to the Blizzards, which it really just, I mean, it's nice that it was close, but it just means that like all of the bad luck that's happened in the games previously hurts that bit more, I suppose. You know, thinking back to Joe's game specifically, where I know that like he could have coiled, and that would in the game three, and that would have probably given him the game. But like I've already been through all the stuff, all the bad stuff that happened, so I'm not going to read through all that again. But yeah, really close, really close. Obviously, any manager of any NPA team are probably going to say that I feel like my team actually was the best and all the rest of it. Sideways sort of stabs at the other team and all the rest of it. But like I mean, we've all bonded very well in our Seafoam Islanders Discord, and I really do think that we are the best team. As a team, we were the best team of this, but just the games in the final just marginally didn't go our way. And in fact, actually, thinking of individual games, like not sets, individual games, this final was 9-9 after all, since this was 2-1. So I mean, pretty much as close as it could be. It's just the coin flip went in their favour, I guess. But that's it for NPA 9. I've waffled on enough about how this is different and all the rest of it. So if you want to leave in the comments, if you think this has been worthwhile, if you think it's been a waste of a week, whatever you think, please let me know. So thanks guys for watching. If you're still sticking around watching this now, then give yourselves a pat on the back again. But I hope you've enjoyed it either way. So thank you, and I will see you again in the future. So thank you, and goodbye for now.